There are not many people, certainly in the UK, who are photographers and printers. But to be good at photography and good at printing, that's quite rare. I don't know why that should be, because for me they essentially go together. They have to be together. I would never trust my printing to anybody else. Film photography was everything at one point. It was absolutely everything. It was the only way to do things. And that obviously tailed off when digital came in. The professionals went digital because it made perfect sense to do that. The problem came when the amateurs decided to imitate the professionals and go out and buy all the best digital gear. But everybody's trying to emulate the look of film with filters or effects and things like that. There's definitely still a nostalgia and a love of the look of film. Now, it's not something you can get simply and quickly. If you want to do it properly, you have to shoot film. And to do that, you have to learn a lot about the process. There are people who collect cameras and there are people who use cameras. I'm not a collector, but I have got a lot of cameras. I'm not bothered about having the best example of a Leica. I'm not bothered about having the most expensive camera. But I love my cameras. I love my battered old Pentax Spotmatic. I love my wooden Kodak Specialist 5x7 camera. I love my homemade pinhole cameras. They all have their own character and their own look. And I've always felt that cameras have a personality. The best advice I ever had as a young photographer was to always have the idea of the final print in your mind before you even press the shutter. It's been a constant for me. See the image in my head first and then use the tools that I've got to make that come about. So being a printer is an essential part of that. I couldn't hand that over to somebody else because they wouldn't print it in a way that matched my vision. I don't feel as though I'm a normal photographer. I don't take on commercial work because I can't work that way. If somebody says, we want a picture of this, we want a picture of that, I can't do it. I can only create images that I've already got in my head. I often get into the conversation about what's the difference between digital and film and so on. And so I thought I'd just do a little demonstration for a group. And I printed up an inkjet print and a darkroom print, both the same size, from the same image. And I tried to match the tones as exactly as I could. So first of all, I held up the digital print in front of the audience. And I said, look, here's an image, it's sharp here, and it's got the highlight detail, it's got the shadow detail. And here's a darkroom print. The digital print took 5 or 10 minutes to make, and the darkroom print took half a day to make. And then I pick up the digital print and I tear it in half in front of the class. People just look at me a little bit puzzled. And then I pick up the darkroom print, and before I'd even got my fingers in position to tear it, there was a gasp. And I did tear it. People could feel the difference. The darkroom print is a special object. The inkjet print, technically perfect though it may be, is no better than the front page of a magazine. A proper darkroom print is a special object in itself that will survive hundreds of years, and it will become something that's passed on as a family heirloom. That's why it's special, that's why it's different.